Hey there guys, how's it going? It's Afraid Not, and today we're back with another episode of my I Own series, and again this is a game that I don't necessarily own, not just yet anyway. I'm covering the Battlefield Hardline beta. The beta's been out now about 10 days and I've had quite a good time with it. As a whole, I've had quite a good time with the map. I think the map that they put in there is actually quite a good game, but I'll tell you a little bit about it just in case you're not aware. This is, well, Battlefield 4 and Battlefield 3 were made by a company called DICE, and this is actually being made under the same kind of franchise name, but it's actually being made by Visceral Games, and I think some of the DICE department have got something to do with it. I don't know really, but Visceral Games, I think it's their first attempt at a Battlefield, and it's kind of like a filler, I feel. It's not Battlefield 5, it's not the sequel to Battlefield 4. It is kind of like the Bad Company. I think they're starting a new series, so I would expect to see, Hardline 2 probably in 2 years time or something like that. I think the timing of this release isn't really what I was kind of hoping for from the Battlefield series. I was hoping for a Bad Company 3, although I didn't really play a lot of Bad Company 2. I have actually got it. I've actually still got it on 360. Funny enough, funny story. I actually knew someone whose girlfriend actually was the marketing director or something, or marketing manager of EA. I think she mainly looked after the Sims kind of division, but she could get hold of like promo games, and the Battlefield Bad Company 2 game I've got is like a blacked out box, and it's got promo copy written all over it, so it's a copy that I shouldn't really have anyway. I think they're the kind of copies that I think the marketing people like in the media would normally get, like review copies and that kind of thing. So I've got one of them copies. I couldn't obviously trade it in because it's a game that I probably shouldn't have had anyway, and I don't think it's got any value in trading in, so I've still got it. I haven't really played it. As I say, I dipped into it, haven't played it a lot, but I did have a good time with it, although I wasn't really into Battlefield at the time. I think I played that a lot more before Battlefield 3 come out, and I've kind of got into the series quite a lot, and yeah, I should go back to Bad Company 2. I hear the PC community is absolutely raving on it, and I might think about getting it on PC just so I can maybe play with a good community. Anyway, that's enough about Bad Company 2. Yeah, Battlefield Hardline. Now, how does it run for me? I've got it on the PC. This is PC gameplay in the background. I didn't get it for PS4. I don't know why, but Xbox One didn't get it at all. Apparently, you've got some kind of skin instead. When you applied for the beta, you got some kind of Battlefield 4 skin for Hardline. Wow. I don't know why. I don't know. But yeah, so I'm playing it on the PC, and I'll be totally honest with you, I actually did play Battlefield 4 beta on the PC, and this Hardline beta is running a hell of a lot better than Battlefield 4 did in beta stage anyway. Battlefield 4 kind of runs okay for me now, but during the beta it run like absolute arse, and it was just, I just didn't like it, didn't really get on with it on the PC. Although I did actually, I got it, funny enough, I got it first time on the PC, Battlefield 4 I'm talking about, and I think it was because it was released, I think like a week or so before the console one, and I really wanted to play it, so I got it on the PC. I still got it, I still play it from time to time, I've got it installed, but yeah, I'm still veering off subject. Yeah, let's talk about Hardline. So how does the mechanics feel? Feels great. I do like it. As I say, it runs great, runs a solid 60 frames a second. More times than not, I can get more FPS out of it, except for obviously when there's a crane in the middle of the map, just like this Levolution thing that I think Battlefield 4 done, even in their beta as well, is that when the skyscraper come down, the frames just went right down. I don't really notice it so much on Hardline. Let's talk a little bit about game modes. Now, the beta includes 2 game modes. One is called Heist, and one is called Blood Money. Now, I've played Blood Money more than I have Heist. Heist is okay, it's not great, but I just found that Blood Money was the one for me. Also known as Cash Grab, which is quite ironic for an EA game anyway, and I really like it. It's kind of like a capture the flag, but not exactly. Basically, you've got a base your side and you've got a base on their side, and it's cops, obviously robbers. You've got a big bundle of cash in the middle of the map, and basically the objective is that you start on your spawn with your at your base, and you go to the cash, you bring it back to yours, and it's the person who gets the most cash by the end of the game. Now, the twist of it is that you can actually go straight to their base and rob their base and make their score go down. Really like the concept of it. I am having a really good time with it. The vehicles are a little bit different to the way they work in Battlefield 4. Now, I don't think you can get tanks on this game, which is obviously a good thing. That just throw the whole objective and the whole kind of theme of it completely out, because the cops and robbers wouldn't just have tanks at all, but you have got some kind of heavy duty kind of vehicles which have got guns on them, which is a little bit different, but they're a lot weaker than what they are tanks. Now, one thing about Battlefield 4 that really annoyed me was the vehicles. I hope that this game kind of ships without a vehicle game mode. I think you guys pretty much know what I feel about vehicles being in multiplayer. I kind of feel they're just overpowered. When you get someone with them or someone really good in them, they just dominate, and it just completely clear up, and I just feel like I feel completely helpless playing against vehicles sometimes. But on this game, it seems to be like when you get given an RPG in one of the classes, you can take out pretty much any vehicle out in sort of 3 hits with it, which is better than what it is in Battlefield 4, because sometimes you could be hitting 5 or 6 rockets on like a tank or something, and sometimes it wouldn't even do anything, you know. And yeah, I like the way that the vehicles are actually, I feel like they're better implemented in this game, especially it being like a close quarters, fast-paced game as well. There are a few things that do annoy me about the game. They've put in like a take on Last Stand in it. I mean, what are they thinking? Do they not know their competitors? It's not that overpowered really, because you're kind of dead on the floor and you're kind of potato. You can't really do anything. You can't shoot people whilst you're kind of dead, if you know what I mean. But it kind of takes the medic out of the equation really. I just think, what's the point in having a medic if you'd be able to have a bit of equipment that just revive yourself? Doesn't really make much sense to me. I have been killed around corners a few times. That's something that's quite common with recent Battlefield games. At this point, I don't know if they can really do anything. They've had long enough now to play with the Frostbite 3 engine, so, and personally I think there are major flaws in it. That's why they just can't get it right at the moment. But on a whole, I'm having a good time playing it. Is it worth 50 quid? I think they're charging 50 quid, $60, whatever it is. Is it worth that? No, at this point I really don't think it is. It is Battlefield 4, you look at it, it looks the same. I just feel like so much effort went into Battlefield 4, and I know it didn't get a good launch and it isn't a perfect product, but you can just see the amount of effort in the maps, in the game modes, in, you know, what, having 64 players online at the same time on the same server. So much effort has gone into that game, and I can't imagine this is going to have the same amount of players on one server. I can't imagine the map's going to be, well, they're not. I mean, this beta map's nowhere near as big as any of the Battlefield 4 main maps. But yeah, I just don't think it's worth that. 20 quid is really what it's worth, like say $40, $35, something like that. That is what it's worth. Otherwise, from that, if they're asking more than that, then I think that they're kind of taking the mick a little bit. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a rating, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.